Explain like I'm 5. Why do banks give interest on money that I am keeping there? It just seems like a semi-necessary thing to have to use a bank. Why do they pay me to keep money there? Your money isn't put into a vault but used actively for investments. To lend to their other clients. C. To generate profit. So it's a tool you lend them and they pay you rent for its use. Of course, depending on the financial situation, the rent interest can sometimes get negative than in fact you pay for keeping your money safe at the bank. You lend me $20, I give ya $1 extra later. Good deal. I'll also lend Bobby $20 but charge him $2 extra later. Bobby also takes the deal. Now I, the bank, have $1 out of virtually thin air. And everybody else is okay with our deal. Competition. Banks need a large amount of customer deposits so they can have an inexpensive source of funds to loan out to others. If one bank offers an account with no interest, but another one does pay interest, customers may be influenced to use the latter. The banks are loaning that money out at a much higher rate than what they are giving you. Win-win. They want you to keep your money with them, so they can invest it in stuff that will hopefully make them more money. Interest is basically their payment to you for letting them use your funds, instead of having to borrow them from another bank. They pay you money to keep you money there because they can use those reserves of cash to make loans where they charge higher rates of interest. They pay you 2 on a savings account, and they charge 7 interest on a mortgage or car loan, 25 on a credit card balance. That spread is their primary revenue source. Banks have reserve requirements, meaning they can only lend more if their deposits go up. Banks make money by using the money that others deposit with the bank. It's more complicated than that. But that's the explain like I'm 5 gist. If no one puts their money in a bank, the bank has no money to use to make itself money. Let's say there are 2 banks in town. One pays no interest to depositors, while the other pays 5 interest. Which one are you depositing your money with? That's the only reason banks pay interest, to entice you and others to deposit their money with them. It's pretty simple. They give you 3 so you keep your money there in the bank. They take that money, give it to someone as a mortgage and ask for 6. They are paying a rental fee to use your money. They make a profit by taking your money and renting it to someone else for a higher rental fee. Bro, you know how much money banks make off of us? Think about this. You put in $100,000 to bank. The bank then loans out $100,000 to someone for a mortgage at 10. After a year, the bank has pocketed $10,000 off of your money. Because they are using it for personal enrichment, they take your money and invest it for profit and give you a small cut. I think you have gotten some pretty great answers from other users. However, I'd like to ask you a question. And I swear I'm not trolling or having a go at you. Did they not explain this to you in school? Did you forget? Are you still very, very young? Is this a real question? They invest your money and use it to make way more money for the bank. Like more money than you can ever dream about having in 5 lifetimes. You're acting like they are doing you a favor when in reality they are using you and all their customers to make heaps of money. Ever notice that the costs of borrowing money, credit card interest rates, mortgage rates, loan rates are always higher than the interest the bank is willing to give you on your savings account? Banks borrow money from you, invest some, loan some to others at higher rates, and pocket the difference. Your money provides them with the funds to do those things, so you get a piece of the action. Putting money in a bank is a form of lending your money. Banks use their accounts as cash reserves to lend out. They pay you interest for borrowing your money. Banks offer loans on the money. So if a bank offers you $5 on your $100 stored there, you earn $5 in a year. If the bank can loan the money to someone else at $7, they get $7, give you the $5, and have $2 profit. Banks get money to lend from deposits, but also from the Fed. The amount they're allowed to borrow is based on the amount of deposits they have. They then lend that money out at a significantly higher rate than they pay you. When you give a bank money, they can use it to make more money through loans and other confusing methods. The more money that people give the bank, the more money the bank can make from it. So they want to encourage people to deposit and keep money in their accounts. When you give your money to a bank, they use that money to give out loans. They pay back a small amount of their profits from the loans to you, the person whose money they are lending out. The interest payments are an incentive to use their bank over others and a way of paying you back. They make money by lending your money to others. That's your cut of the interest they collect from those loans. It's the incentive for people to give them money which they can then loan out at a profit. In a simple term, because they use your money to make money. For example, by lending it other people and charge an APR on that loan. Let's say you have $1,000 in your pocket. You can purchase anything up to $1,000 without issue. But once you loan it to someone else, including a bank, you can no longer use it to purchase goods. The interest is to pay for the inconvenience of no longer being able to use your own money. It is sometimes called a convenience fee. Historically, the real interest rate has been between 2 and 3%. Other factors that go into an interest rate are inflation, long-term risk, and the risk that you won't be repaid. They use the money for their own purposes, investments, etc. Of course, what this means is that at any given time, if all their customers rushed to the bank to withdraw their money, they wouldn't actually have all that money on hand. Thus, they try to encourage people to keep their money in with incentives like interest. Also, to a lesser degree, it's meant to somewhat compensate for inflation. But it's not a primary reason, because if it was, then interest would follow inflation rates automatically. They give you 0.5 interest so they have money to lend out at 15 interest. If they didn't have your money, they couldn't be in business. When you deposit money, technically you're giving them a loan. They have to pay interest to use your capital. Banks make risky bets using your money. When some of those bets pay off and they make money for themselves, they give you a small piece. Wait till you realize that most banks are super over-leveraged. Wait till you learn about a bank run. Ooh, crazy times ahead. They aren't keeping your money there. They are lending it, investing it, and giving you a tiny portion of the money they are making off you. Like in any other sector, banks compete against each other to get your business. The interest they give you is your share of the profits they make by lending your money to other people. Also, their sign-up bonuses are a loss leader to get you to sign up for an account. Like how Costco sells $5 rotisserie chickens at a loss. But they're placed in the back of the store, so you have to at least see all the other merchandise they have. They are paying you a use fee. Your deposit is loaned out as personal loans at 10 and you're paid 2 for the use. A CD pays a higher interest because of the term length. Banks don't have money to loan without deposits. Because for every dollar you park there, they are allowed to create $9 additional in the form of credit. Also, with the $1 you deposited, they can buy stocks or other investment vehicles. Competition: if they could give you $0, they would. And, for most people, it is 0 or less for you average person with limited means. The small they get from the bank does not make up for the fees the bank charges. And make no mistake, even if you have a fee-free account and the bank is paying you 1, they are turning around and making money off your money.